Um, and let's go ahead and get started. Since I think everyone who's here is in voice chat, we're all good. Right. So last time we ended with you arriving by barge, courtesy of the ferryman, to a darkened city on a hill. That it was lit by sort of uh, interspersed auras of a sort of pale green light kind of scattered throughout the city as it rises up across this hill. Um, your approach is along a river, and you're coming up on
How long is
it's
the boat
almost
ride?
uh it's long enough that you might say you could have a short rest, otherwise relatively interminable. You don't actually know how long it was.
Okay.
Um,
That
it
is the reason I was asking. I will take
Okay.
a short rest.
Yes, same.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you would like to take a short rest as part of the boat ride, you certainly can, but the conditions were not sufficient for a long rest.
I will
Like
take
Phyllis's
what I got.
HP is correct on here. I don't. The delay of always keeping track in roll 20.
Well, according to the token I'm looking at, it is 68.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I have him at 58. I'm gonna short rest
Oh,
as
no,
well.
I can't read. 58.
Oh, it is. So I did update. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Da-na.
Egan and Purnell and Velis were the ones I think who took the most damage in that fight.
Tegan still has more health than Bells anyway.
Right. Yeah.
Ha
Just kind of ambiently.
Right.
Nope, those were the wrong dice. I'm gonna roll up my other ones because I rolled the percentiles instead of the d10s.
Yeah, that you don't get that much health back.
Well, I do get d10s.
Does Wiria have the Song of Wrestling?
I don't know.
I believe so. I think
But
she's
I don't
used
think
She's
it
used
would
it
have been
before.
something.
She's
she-
used-
Pretty
Yeah,
sure that's
she's-
just general
yeah.
bard thing.
Right.
I don't remember
in this
exactly
particular
how it
case,
works, but
It would, even if she had done it, it wouldn't. As part of this passage, you were all sort of, while you could have a moment to rest and recuperate, like you were kind of cramped in on the barge. As the mist thickened and you kind of were enveloped by the fog bank that the ferryman moved through, your sensation of place and people and around you and your sensation of the passage of time went all a little bit wibbly wobbly. And so it seemed like it was a very long moment, and that's when you emerge from the fog, sans
Juniper.
Juniper. Yes, thank you. Um, as the barge is approaching the city, ahead of you is what looks to be a large stone bridge crossing the river. Um, it looks to be like a stone wharf with a number of buildings, um, and sort of surrounded by a small wall, and then the city itself expands upwards up the hill, and you can see all of these lights. Like I had mentioned, the architecture itself seems like a disparate mix of various old empire, pre-empire cultures.
I was gonna ask, did it match what I had observed from my previous scry, I guess? You
Yeah,
had mentioned that.
yes,
Yeah.
and it's unusual. Like this doesn't seem to be so much like a city, but like the shadowy memory of what may have been multiple cities. Because you're familiar with the Empire, there is no city on a hill that has a river running by it. But there are cities that are on a hill or that have a sort of a waterfront river wharf area, but this is an amalgamation of almost like the memory of a few old cities pre-Empire.
Is there any active, like, how much activity can we see as we're approaching the
So
city?
what you can see are spread out at quick count, somewhere maybe around a dozen or so, sort of motes of this light, including one that is right off off the bridge up in the dock water area. It's actually particularly bright, and as you get closer, you can see that a significant amount of this illumination is provided by this mass of sort of amorphous, translucent spirits that are kind of like almost like imagine what you might see like insects around a fire or a campfire. They're sort of not, I mean, buzzing about almost in a sort of rough, agitated way. Um, the bridge itself has on opposite side a place where there's like a steps that kind of come down into the water to actually get to the city. The city itself, it's like about a 20 foot rise of earth and stone to like the edge of where the buildings and stuff are, and so it's like you, if you were getting off, you might have cranes or something lifting goods up, or you would get off on the opposite side and go across the bridge. But as the ferryman approaches the bridge, he kind of slows down to a stop and basically pulls up on the side of the side of the river opposite the city. The river's only like 20-30 feet wide. He can't pull up against the flat face of the earth and stonework on one side. He kind of the barge itself pushes up and hits the stonework and just kind of stops. And he shuffles a bit to the side to allow everyone to move past him onto the stonework. The you can see on the north side of the river, opposite the city, are dark shapes of trees that are sort of similar in some of the forests that you had seen, where it's just dark, not really full of life, gray, barked trees that aren't really. It's hard to tell if they're even alive. There's no greenery or foliage to speak of on any of them. But it looks like there is a road that leads through the trees, through the bridge, up and over, up into the city itself. And from your vantage point, you can see that there is a large concentration of these spirits up across the bridge.
I mean, if no one else has any bright ideas, I'm assuming we're just heading across the bridge into the city.
Yeah.
Seems to be at least the starting of a place.
Yeah.
Oh, the starting point is start looking for any signs of life that aren't just floating lights.
Yeah.
Well, I will
Indeed.
primeval awareness again. Just
Okay. Take a
that's all
moment.
I got.
Sure.
I'll use my non-elf
Um,
eyes.
Non-elf eyes. All right.
Your human eyes see.
And my goggles.
Unless
Uh,
anybody has any ways to locate a specific creature.
Not on me. I don't think.
So approaching the bridge, it's a span that sort of rises up and over, and so when you get part of the way across, you can see past it, and kind of straight across. There looks to be a large plaza with a concentration of spirits, and what looks to be like the ruins of like a stonework gatehouse behind it. Those of you who are looking with your eyes, Elven or non, go ahead and make a wisdom
Or
perception
half.
check.
I'm looking with my brain.
No.
Okay. Perception, you said?
10.
Okay.
Oh, I have advantage on those. That's right.
Two.
My
30, 20.
shield. 16.
Okay. Right. I think Aiden is probably distracted, and while he's seeing the scene in front of him, he's not really picking out any of the details because they're not matching with
He's
the
too busy
images
looking
in his
for
head.
something that's probably not there.
Right. What those of you do see is sort of a large critical mass of um, ethereal spirits of different sizes, shapes, cohesiveness, and they're all crowding around what looks to be a crumbled, ruined statue. And there is like this moat of bright yellowish green. It's almost like seeing an object that's just giving off all of this light, but there's no physical object there. It's like they're all crowding around it and pushing in against it. Um, and there are a number of other spirits that are sort of, think of it almost like a bug zapper in a sense, in that it's drawing these spirits into it, this glowing energy. Um, it's there are spirits that are just sort of aimlessly moving about in the vicinity, kind of going in and out of some of the buildings. Um, the buildings are close together, in various states of disrepair. There doesn't seem to be, at least at first glance, anything physically present. However, those of you who with a keener eye can actually make out a shape um, moving through a number of the spirits in that plaza. Um, I think I heard someone say the words "dirty 20." Uh, so you see the shape of a humanoid, and what you explicitly see is what stands out to you about this humanoid shape is that their left limb is significantly larger, and it was reflecting light almost as if it was made out of metal of some kind, like an intricate filigreed metal. But it was a glimpse of it through like multiple spirits as it was passing, and it seemed to be moving around that plaza area, but you only have like a narrow window that you can see down this long uh, uh, narrow alleyway between some of these old warehouses and buildings. One or two of the spirits nearest you sort of observed your presence. There's nothing that's really reacting yet to your presence. They all seem to be in a mildly agitated state in the jerkiness of their movements. Some of them, and as you sit and watch, you can almost get a sense that like the ones on the periphery are almost like orbiting this space, like you might see an insect or something that kind of orbits a bug zapper type thing, and then eventually kind of coming in, and that's the best visual representation I can give of this phenomenon that you're seeing.
Okay. Nice.
But
Nice.
to represent this a little bit more cohesively and visually, let me give you a map.
Yay. Map.
And I'm
Ooh.
gonna
Oh,
say, oh,
Well, hello.
um, my
You all would probably be further off to the left by another 20 or 30 feet on the sort of peak of the ridge.
Or at least Pernell at least point in the direction that she'd seen the other type of creature.
And it was definitively corporeal,
Hmm.
unlike
Okay.
these spirits. And
Mhm.
while
There was someone that way.
visually represented here, it's static, there's movement.
Mm.
It's almost like a swarm of insects and stuff moving together in a way that it becomes less of individual entities and more like a flock of birds or kind of thing. Shifting and moving.
my primeval awareness probably didn't ping anything as usual.
Minimal. Like,
Oh.
it got something, but like, be like a small little creature underground, you know, a quarter mile away, or a medium-sized something somewhere further along. But nothing.
But there's been nothing at all up to this point, even here. Even something small like that. Right.
Even
I
where
don't
you
think so.
were.
I think once we got into the Shadowfell, you started feeling smaller
Did I?
things. Yeah.
Yes, once you got into
Okay.
Shadowfell, you picked up like, but it'd be
Okay.
like the equivalent of like an aberrant squirrel or something in the nearby
Yeah.
forest.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't think there was
Nothing
anything.
Which,
that's an
I mean,
immediate.
Okay.
The aberrant squirrels.
Yeah.
Well, that seems like our best bet.
Hmm.
Just trying to avoid the
Yeah.
bigger
Well,
mass of them if we can.
Indeed.
Yeah,
especially
I
after-
don't.
there are what
don't
look to
like
be
them
some
like that.
alleyways and other passages around that center plaza that you could take.
Would Pernell be able to tell whether that thing was like hanging around in the area or it was just passing through?
It looked like it was observing what was going on.
Hmm.
It wasn't just sort of like catching a glimpse of Bigfoot as it passes, you know, a few hundred feet away in the forest. It was this creature was observing and seemingly noting of something what was going on. The metal of its whatever was around its limb either was reflecting or giving off light.
Just move forward for now. Keep our
Yeah.
eyes open.
That sounds like a group stealth check, because we're all very cautiously moving forward.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use guidance on myself.
Okay.
T6.
21.
17.
Glad my stealth was good because that's
Go
a
ahead
12.
and use that guidance
Okay.
on these. Stealth is +2. Yeah. 19, 21.
Okay. All right. Maria and Leah aren't quite as stealthy, but across the board, you all manage to make progress without drawing too much attention. There are a few different passages through these buildings that you can take. If you're not wanting to go, you know, right up the middle, as it were.
Nope.
Ideally.
Okay. All right. Were you going to stay as a group, or were you going to split up?
I mean, I don't see a reason to split up.
Yeah. Stay as
Okay.
a group.
Sure.
Stick together.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So while you are all being particularly quiet, and you are not drawing a significant amount of attention to yourself, just the sheer mass of the spirits that are moving through this space, it is difficult to avoid some degree of notice since you're not like passing through completely undetected. Which way are you going? Are you kind of going up and around or down and around? Or are you going to try and like go through some of the buildings? Like, how are you approaching getting around this area?
Well,
through
which
this
way
area?
would give us the best vantage point to track more of what the creature
Yeah.
Purnell saw was doing?
Well, in that case, if you're looking for a vantage point, then someone could go up and climb up onto the building and
So if we
or
wanted,
up onto some of the rooftops here to see what's going on. Getting closer might be enough just to see because it's dim light
The wall.
everywhere. But there is much more light inside of that square because of the presence of all of these the presence of all of the spirits plus that glow that's coming from there itself.
well,
Still, game terms, dim light, but it's different than there's no light.
we want to head like up this way where there's more buildings.
So for
Or-
reference,
It does not really seem
Um,
to make much of a difference to me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm good trying to climb. And just like I already have like the night vision goggles, so that should at least help me see better.
right?
Oh yeah.
Most of the doorways and windows in all of these buildings are long since busted and torn open, so you can move through any of these buildings and for all intents and purposes like move into it and out of it in whatever way would be convenient. If you're inside of the building areas, you might have cover or additional places to hide, but it's not too difficult to get in and out of a building. Some of the walls are even torn open and torn down. So if you would consider, in terms of movement, moving through any building spaces would be considered difficult terrain.
Okay.
Oh, and we lost.
No, I'm.
Just video. Okay, so you're still on audio.
I just
Okay.
switched to my hotspot, so my video is reconnecting.
Okay. Yeah. So you get to about where you're visible on the map, and from this distance, it's much easier to make out the details of what you can see inside of the center plaza. Besides the figure that seems to be making a slow circuit of that plaza area, you get a few more details. They're definitely humanoid. Their skin is very, very pale. They're very gaunt. And it looks like on their left arm is a metal prosthetic of sorts that seems to be glowing with a similar green glow that you've seen seeing in that's in the center of this plaza that's kind of like up in the air about like 12 feet.
That seemed ominous.
I would say
what about their eyes?
Yeah.
their eyes uh their eyes aren't glowing.
But they have both of
There's
them.
Oh, sorry. I was about to ask, do they have both?
Oh,
of them?
do they have both of their eyes? From what you can tell, they do have both of their eyes.
Okay.
It's hard to make out like whether this person is human or what their ancestry might be because of the gaunt nature of their physicality. The hand itself is it's like from their elbow and it is overly large, overly long, and very intricate metalwork. And At first, you might think that it's some kind of glove, but passing this close, all being very super sneaky that you are, you notice that it actually seems to be some sort of either arcane or mechanical prosthetic. And it actually has elements in it that are giving off a green glow as well. Um,
Do we care about
The-
interacting with this guy at all?
I don't know. Does the green glow?
I mean, he doesn't seem associated with
Yeah.
the cult.
I was say, does the green glow seem familiar at all? Like,
Yes, actually. You've seen 2 instances of this before. One were in the delicate metallic spider-like constructs that the quartermaster made.
Mhm.
And they seem to have some sort of like crystalline structure inside of them that glowed. And then not nearly as refined, but the soul stone. And it
okay.
was,
Yeah, I was
infused with energy.
wondering.
Ah.
Okay.
You can also see as you're approaching the edge and end of the bridge, is that there are significant piles of like refuse and a lot of bones within them, kind of strewn about the large main passage in front of you, and this architectural fountain feature directly in front of you. It's empty of water, but there's look to be bones in a lot of places.
How
And-
fresh does it look?
Yeah.
Some of them are quite old and worn down and look like they've been sitting for a very, very long time. Other bits of them look like they are fresher. And instead of being dusty and with tattered remnants of cloth, looks like there might be more recent remains in and amongst some of them.
Move slow and quiet.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, let's just
probably want to
move through here.
Yeah.
I have a feeling that if we poke this, they all come in once.
Yeah, cause
I'm gonna turn invisible.
looks like
Mhm.
that soulstone used to have.
I just
Mhm.
I did
to
think
the
it
air
something
where
like
Aiden
that.
was. Okay, how the fuck though?
I picked it up.
I.
Yeah,
Um,
thanks. Thanks for that extremely vague answer.
Eldritch invocation.
I like that episode on the wall.
It's a new class feature. All right. Okay. As you all move in, I'm going to need another set of stealth rolls. It's going to be much more difficult this time since you're moving so close to the group.
I have advantage because I'm invisible now.
You have advantage because you're invisible. It's funny how
Yeah,
that
baby.
works.
Ah,
That's
that's much better. 22.
Actually gonna give Leah has disadvantage on stealth.
Leah
right?
does have
sh-
disadvantage.
I'm gonna give
No, she
Leah-
has
Or did she
boots of
have a
elven kind and
right.
negates it herself. So she's just straight
Okay.
rolls,
Okay.
but plus
Right,
0, I'm
okay.
pretty sure.
Right, but it's a
Oh.
9.
I'll
I
go. I,
rolled
was
a
about to say
nat one.
I'd give her guidance before.
Okay.
I rolled an 8, so 25.
Expertise is a thing.
Rogues.
That one is still an
Roll.
11, but
15.
Reliable talent just saves my ass
Right.
all the time.
Okay. All right. Unfortunately, 4 of the 7 of you did not make the dexterity stealth checks. And so what I would like you to do is to position yourselves in the passageway that you were taking. I am temporarily going to make Wuria and Leah visible by everybody.
Which direction? Were we gonna go up or down?
I don't care.
Mhm.
I'd say I don't know how much of a difference it makes, really.
I was feeling down.
Yeah, I was thinking
Down looked better to me.
Yeah. They're a little
Probably
more
like
spread out.
sneaking around. Scared.
Yeah, I'd probably be up as well. The front, because
A little bit.
sneaky boy.
All right.
Let's put Leah where her aura will get the most people.
It's probably where she's going to be situated,
then
anyways.
Wuria, like
yeah.
there, maybe, or
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
There.
There she's in the aura.
In the aura,
so,
yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Would Wuria really bring up the rear though?
Yeah, that's what I
That's
was.
true.
Not
she
usually, no.
Yeah,
Get her in the
so
middle.
put her in here.
Yeah, we'll put her in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay.
It's usually Elias and Hegan bringing up the rear.
Yeah.
Right.
We're a nice little cluster that we're all
Hanky
in.
boys in the back.
At least I have
Okay.
HP right now.
Right.
Yeah, we do still have Heroes Feast up. I
Mhm.
assume it's not been 24 hours yet, so
Okay.
It has not been 24
Advantage.
hours.
Cannot be. What is it? Let me double check.
Can't be frightened.
Can't be frightened.
Advantage on
poison.
wisdom.
Advantage on wisdom saving throws.
Right. Which is
And I've got some temp
especially
HP.
especially helpful.
Yeah, that's why I did it. I was
because-
like, oh, we're in the Shadowfell.
You're all moving very quietly, very stealthily. But you can't help but pass very close to, or in one or two instances, one of the spirits kind of just passes through you. And there is a sort of growing, agitated aspect to the spirits nearby. And so you're sort of all quietly like whispering to one another and like trying to, quickly assess and evaluate what you're going to do. And that's when you hear like the creaking of wood from a little bit further down the alley in front of you. And an incredibly large claw with hands or fingers a good 12 to 18 inches sort of grips the edge of the building, and a skull sort of pokes its way through, and a large creature emerges from that particular building.
Is that?
It is very tall, with arms that extend very, very far beyond, and shadow sort of coiling around different parts of its body. It is clearly
don't
undead
like
in
it.
some degree.
There we go again.
And this is where everyone is going to need to roll initiative.
Okay.
I don't like
Okay.
that. Put it back where it came from.
Or so help me.
All
Or
right.
so yeah.
And while everyone rolls initiative, I'm gonna.
I rolled shit because I hate it.
Oh, bad. Oh wait, I have advantage on initiative.
I rolled bad because I hate it.
That's worse.
Oh.
All right.
Where is my other D?
I'm putting the CMYK die in dice jail.
Yeah,
Oh, no.
I think Celestial Skies might go in dice jail. It's not rolling bad, but
Very
it's not
pretty,
rolling good either.
but it's rolling badly.
I'm gonna go back to my chunky boy, the hematite.
Yeah.
Ah, yes.
I should get. Where's
I have faith in you.
Where's my great big one? Where did I put it?
I want a chunky die. I want a big chunk D20.
Get the great big one Sarah made.
I don't know where I put the one that Sarah gave me. It's probably in my I'm gonna go look in my bag.
I don't roll it enough, partially because it's very large.
Oh, hi, Wolfie.
There's a large Mighty Nine branded one. It's not super large, but it is bigger.
Like this
Chonk.
big one. Chonk. That.
Yeah,
That's
there's a
Sarah
Mighty
made.
9 one.
Yeah.
That's about that big, which is a good twice. But also from a local game store, I got this one recently.
Nice.
Which is,
Yeah. I enjoy that. So
although
our friend Sarah gave me this one because it was like a B grade for when she was making dice, and like all the star glitter just sunk to the 20.
nice. Okay.
Works,
So did is everyone marked in? All right.
Oh, except Wiria and Leah.
I found the D20 from Sarah and the D20 from that Imogen, so one of these has to be lucky.
Here's hoping.
All right.
Don't
Yeah.
jinx it.
Yeah, an Imogen gave me a
Channel-
D20.
Channel your image. Channel your Imogen energy.
Oh,
Actually, I don't think I can use the one Sarah gave me because it is like destroyed on the one side, like they're written
no.
up really badly. It's so sparkly and cute though. I can use the Imogen one though.
All right.
Like you're gonna be cosplaying Imogen. Channel that energy.
I don't know if that's energy I want to be channeling now, considering where I left off in campaign 3.
It's valid.
All right. So it puts one claw up on the door or window and kind of leans out, and sees all of you, and you see
Not
it,
me.
and there's sort of like
Yeah.
Yeah, Aiden's not there.
I didn't
other
roll
than
that
Aiden.
well.
It does not perceive Aiden. Aiden is not perceivable. And there's like this very brief moment before it like cracks its neck, and with incredible speed actually rushes out of the building, almost like flowing. Like there's no walking movement to it. It's moving almost as if it's like flying, but it's
I hate
not
that.
flying. But it doesn't actually have to go very far because its arms are very, very long. And because it does not actually see Aiden, instead it just goes for Wuria and Ellis. And it is going to, because I didn't bring dice with me, pardon me, I'm working on my laptop, and so it's significantly less everything. There we go. So it is going to make 2 claw attacks, one against Ellis and one against Wuria.
I would like to try to warding maneuver Wiria.
Okay.
I'll do. Well, whichever one looks like it's gonna hit, I'll do warding flare.
You said
On.
Okay. Ellis,
Okay.
the one that attacked you was a 9 and it missed. The one that attacked Wuria was a 27, which would hit. Except you do a warding flare, which
And
is a disadvantage on the attack if it can be blinded.
Disadvantage. If
also
it can
add
use
8 to her AC.
Also add 8 to her AC. So
holy shit.
he is the
Imposing blades
is gonna
over top of
have to-
Wiria.
Yeah, so like immediately everybody reacts, and instead it gets a gets an 18 on its second strike.
What if this looks like a toy?
Wuria's
Fine. Do you want it? There you
AC
go.
all
plus
the
8.
windows open. Yeah, Wuria's AC is plus 8, so does that gate it above a 26? I'm waiting for D&D Beyond to load. It's a little slow.
Oh, I think this is, Kristen, I think this is what we were tracking in our previous investigation.
Oh. I hate that.
Yeah.
Wuria's AC with +8 is a 25, which is unfortunately just ever so slightly
Does
lower.
Wiria have cutting words?
No, I don't think so. Not that kind of
Well,
bard.
Um,
Does.
so she'll take 24 points of piercing damage, and
She at least has resistance from the warding maneuver.
okay, so she takes half that damage, but it sort of strikes out and pierces her with this very long claw, then immediately lifts her up and pulls her towards him.
I also feel like she would have used hit dice because we all did.
Yeah.
She probably should have started at full.
Mm-hmm.
How
I
much
didn't.
did she take?
Yeah. I should update mine. 'Cause I'm-
She took,
I rolled hit dice
she
this
took
time.
12.
Okay.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, I did not get quite back to full, but
We'll figure out how many hit dice she spent later. She takes 12. She's now also grappled.
And it's also her
And
turn.
pulled towards him. Probably knocking against you, Aiden, as she's like flailing and being pulled by
Oh,
the
I totally
creature.
don't.
Yes.
Okay. And it makes this sort of rattling, like a sound of rattling bones and sort of raspy wind through the sound of trees. You can hear maybe somewhere on the other side of the building a secondary sound of something calling out in response. And some of you have really, really stupidly high passive perception, right?
mine's 20. So
Oh, wait, Wiria's is
So
also 20.
yeah, so
Worry is distracted.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that she doesn't see this, but you can see moving stealthily through the building next to you is another one of those creatures that looks like it is approaching, and it is currently hidden.
oh, for crying
But you can see it, which is probably enough time to call out and warn.
Yeah. Yeah.
As it makes 2 strikes.
From the back, you just hear
One against
crying out
Purnell,
loud.
probably
There's
another
another
against
one.
Velis. Okay, so the one against Purnell is a 26 to hit.
I don't have my reaction back.
Yep.
But let's see. And you take 23 points of piercing damage. Then Velis, you take it's a 24 to hit, and you take
Damn.
20 piercing damage.
I can only get up to
As
23.
it actually has grabbed both of you, although there's not enough room, so you're kind of just pierced and like kind of like pulled up against the wall. You're both considered grappled.
Wiria should miss
Is your
step.
HP updated?
Mine
Is Purnell's HP
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Oh.
That's after the hit.
Ha-
Because I took a lot of damage, and I also
Yeah,
I
she
rolled
took
hit
some
dice.
pretty
I just
big
didn't roll
hits.
very good on a lot of the hit dice.
Yeah, I feel
It's
that.
like,
I rolled like garbage on all of my hit dice.
I also used second
I
wind. That one
rolled-
was better, but
I was rolling really low on my hit dice, but then I got 3 8s. So that helped.
Oh.
Okay. So I think in this particular instance, Wuria is going to actually get out of the get out of that by casting Misty Step and just teleporting backwards.
Good.
That seems like the thing that she would do. And that is a bonus action, so she can't do a thing the thing with the thing.
The board thing.
Hard thing, right. So instead, she is going to Eldritch Blast the creature in response. Unfortunately, I rolled a natural 1. Well,
No.
I rolled
And she gets to
multiple.
roll 3 times.
Yep.
Yeah, she does get to re-roll that, doesn't she?
Well,
That's
yeah,
also that.
she gets to re-roll the 1 because she's a
Yeah.
halfling.
Yep.
But also,
Yeah.
she rolls 3 attacks for
That's
Eldritch
true.
Blast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay. So re-rolling the natural 1, she hits,
Hey.
and right deals 24 points of force damage to that undead abomination in front of you. Her turn. Okay, Pernell, you are currently grappled, and kind of almost pinned up against the wall a little bit. So your movement speed is currently 0.
And I can't reach the thing. So, think I have to try to get out of it before I can do anything. So I'll try to break that grapple. Let's see.
I mean, it's got you grappled, so I could say that you could make an attack against it because it's literally piercing you. So you could still attack it.
Okay.
Right.
Well, if
'Cause
that's the
it's
case, fuck this
physically
thing.
pinning you.
Let's try to just remove that fucking arm.
It's gonna be a little bit harder to hurt because it's like an arm that's currently physically
Yeah.
pinning you in place, so it's a little harder than usual. So its AC is a little bit higher, but you can make your attacks against it. Velis, same with you, unless you're gonna bamf away in some way.
I don't have any bamfing. I'm
Yeah.
gonna hit it.
First one's 21.
Okay, that'll definitely hit. It has a little bit of cover because it's all of the situation, so its AC is 18 currently.
Second one misses. Third one hits. And fourth one hits. So bonus action would line up the sword there. No, the bonus action I would take off that because I love the sword for that. So 13 slashing and 5 radiant for the first one.
I don't know if you're saying anything
Oh,
or if you're just doing a bunch of math in your head.
13 slashing and 5 radiant for the first one. Then the second one was 10 slashing and 7 radiant.
All right.
And that's what I got for now.
All right.
And it is marked.
It is marked. Okay. Velis.
Yep, I'm gonna
holidays, Delta.
stab him 3
Happy holidays.
times because I get
you
that
so
on my
much.
first turn.
Sorry, I don't know why.
Sure. 18
Damn it, the thing
AC.
didn't do the thing.
Oh
I've
well,
got nothing
natural
to
1 on
make
the first hit. Nope, that die is
I'm gonna
gone.
fix that.
Natural 20 on the second one though.
Woo!
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
It's to
Oopsies.
offset.
I'm gonna fix that.
And Pernell is right there, so I get 2 sneaky stabby.
Pernell is not actually adjacent to the creature. It's inside the building over 5 feet away because it has reach.
Oh. Yeah, okay. But
I'm allowing because it's literally pinning you and pulling you against the building. I'm saying there's something for you to hit, but
yeah.
you're not like threatening the creature in that particular way.
Okay, so I can't sneak attack.
Not this
But
time.
I can stab it.
Hmm.
Yay, an extra D4.
But can stab it.
I can stab it poorly.
Okay.
For plus 6, 12 damage.
Okay.
Very exciting. And then one more stab.
So rather than some kind of flesh, it's more like this. Its body is almost made of like a calcified material. Like it's made of bone, whatever this thing is. It's there's like maybe a thin membrane that looks like it might cover the spaces where it might have tendons or things otherwise. But this is clearly some kind of like crafted undead creature more so than like a naturally occurring, at least unnaturally occurring.
So
Oh no,
24 to
you're all
hit.
getting a real close look at it. 24 to hit will hit.
Yeah. So that would be 14 damage with that hit because I get the extra D8 and the lightning damage.
Okay. All right. So as you're both slicing into this thing with your magical weapons, you can see chips and flaking of this calcified substance. You're clearly hurting this, whatever it is, and you can hear the sort of raspy, clicky, the sound of like bones grinding against one another as it vocalizes in some undead horrific way. The spirits that are in like literally next to you in your immediate vicinity begin reacting to the sudden spike of emotion that you are all having as you're engaging in this combat. And so they all sort of begin to strike out at you. At least those of you that they can see. And so starting from the rear, well, it looks like there's one on Wuria, one on Elias, one on Velis, and another on Velis.
Oh.
So 21 against Wuria for 4 damage. It's not a lot. 4 damage. 16 against Elias, which I don't think hits your AC.
Nope.
And then 17 and a 14 against Velis.
Yeah.
But when they do strike, they are also sort of like physically grabbing on and sort of clinging to, I guess most of you fend them off except for Wuria. So one's grabbed onto her and it's like clinging onto her as she's like moving about. Hegan.
God, I don't want to leave Warrior there by herself.
Yeah,
I mean, I
these
am
spirits
here,
look
but-
half faded away. Parts of them are like shifting in and out of focus. These are not, we'll say, particularly robust spirits. And mechanically speaking, they are minions. So one strike with enough damage will kill it and allow you to splash that damage onto another one adjacent with a single strike.
Warrior's probably fine. I am going to go ahead and if I were to take a first attack on like this one and kill him, I could use my other two on the next.
That is, yeah. You could use the same attack on. Well, there's no other ones adjacent to it. They'd have to be adjacent.
Yeah, I mean, like if I were to like do first attack on that, like the rest, my other two attacks, I could just do on him. Yeah.
You'd have to move forward, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I just mean like extra attacks don't have to be on the same person.
Correct.
So I'm
You can
just gonna
divide
do
up
that.
your
I'm
attacks
gonna,
as much as you want.
I'm gonna hit him first.
What?
Sure. They're not particularly difficult to hit, and since you're all equipped with magical weapons, they're effective against their incorporeal nature.
Yeah, I mean that's like a 27 to hit by itself. So.
Okay. How much damage?
Nice. 16.
All right, that is enough to take it out and the one next to it, but there isn't one next to it immediately, so
That's fine. And then I'm just gonna move one forward and go for
use another attack.
big guy for the other two.
Sure.
So that's 26 to hit for the first attack, and the other one definitely probably won't hit because it's only 14.
No, that 14 will not hit. Its AC is 16. When it's got cover from a building, it's 18. All that space gives it cover. And then
but for the first attack, that did hit was another 16 damage.
Sure. bunch of these are just shifting and moving organically in nondescript flock-like ways.
How many to move?
I'm not going to
There's
move
like a
them all.
randomized button.
Yeah.
Exactly. Shift everything 5 squares or 5 feet. All right. Eden.
So, other than the ones in the immediate area, the rest of the spirits aren't really doing
They
anything.
don't seem to be. Yeah, they don't seem to have taken notice.
All right. Well, I'm invisible,
Yes, you are.
so
What would you like to do with that
Yeah.
advantage?
while I'm invisible, I'm gonna shift my sword into a great sword, and
Hmm.
we're gonna make this guy not have a pleasant day.
Okay. Are you looking for a special die in your bag? I hear the rattling
Well,
of dice.
I gotta find my my great sword dice. So
I didn't realize that your different weapon forms had designated dice. That's fun.
well, there's a difference
Yeah.
between a D10 and 2D6.
Oh,
Oh.
weapons. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Damage.
Yeah. So that's 18 plus. That's 30.
To hit?
Yes.
Okay. That will definitely hit.
Disgusting.
We're gonna Eldritch Smite because fuck this guy.
Yeah.
What is that? Yeah, that's
Don't like it.
68. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Wow. Let's look at what we got here. That is 9, 16 slashing damage,
Hmm.
5 necrotic damage. I rolled 3 1s in my smite. That's what is that? 18 force damage, and it's knocked prone.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I take a second attack.
All right. It is prone, and you have advantage on this. Well, you had advantage on the last attack roll because you're invisible.
Yes, but now I have advantage because it's prone.
Right.
Well, that's 2 17s, so that hits again.
Those will definitely hit. Yeah.
And that
So-
is 15 slashing and another 5 necrotic.
Okay. So this creature is, it towers over you, but the force of your blows drive it down to, well, it doesn't really have knees, but it is definitively subjugated before you in a prone position.
I'll just do a
Okay.
little like finger wave.
It seems to be present enough in terms of like willful energy that it actually is expressing some form of anger at you. So you've made it very upset, at least.
I
Elias.
have a bonus action.
Oh, Aim's got a bonus action.
Yeah, I will curse it now,
Okay.
which just didn't want to give up my advantage for visibility to preemptively do that.
That makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah, the little finger wave is my curse on.
Yeah.
It is cursed.
Ooh.
All right. So this is the one that's like attached itself to Waria.
The one that's
one down
next.
here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh wait, actually, yeah, I did use my bonus action to shift my weapon form already. So
Gotcha. All right. So it is not cursed.
amend that.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna light up my mace,
Okay.
and I'll move down here. And I'm
Every
just gonna...
spirit in the immediately vicinity is like recoiling from that radiant energy. It's like a reverse bug zapper for spirits.
Piss off, ghosts.
Piss off, ghosts!
Yeah,
Smack!
no.
And I'm gonna take a
off,
swing at this
ghost.
one that's attached itself to
Sure.
Maria.
Yeah.
Need to
Go ahead, make
lie
attack
step in
roll.
here and
Their
I
AC
mean,
is
can't
really
you just
low.
destroy most of them?
I need to be within 30 feet.
Because I don't think I'm gonna be able to destroy the big ones, and I'm worried about them taking Purnell and Velis with it.
I see.
Because they're still attached.
I mean, it
That's
wouldn't
an
be the first
18
time we
to
got
hit.
taken on a ride.
That'll hit.
Uh,
Much damage.
Like, it wouldn't be the first time we both got taken on a ride by an enemy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Take you for a ride. Ba-dum-ba-ba-da-da.
So that's gonna be
Turn
8
for, like,
bludgeoning
these
and
fuckers.
6 radiant damage.
Okay. Basically, as soon as the mace just begins passing through it, it's dissipated like a fog in the morning sun. It's just
And then bonus action, I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon at 4th level. Because I'm getting a little low on spell slots. And I'll place it.
should be able to
Can I-
move it. I'm double checking it.
Yeah. I cannot move it.
Okay. Well, it can be edited and controlled by. Yeah, it should be. Weird.
Yeah, it's not letting me. Can
That's
I put
because
it
it's
next
not-
to the one that's got Purnell and Velis?
Inside the building?
Yeah. I'm gonna
Sure.
go for make an attack
Okay.
on that.
You should now be able to move it.
Okay, now
But
I
yes.
can move it. Okay.
Yes, and it can make an immediate attack.
Ooh, yeah, that's a 29.
Hey.
That will hit this large creature.
It's a
Fuck it
natural
up,
19.
please.
So close. So it's 2d8. Okay. That's 5. So that is 12 bludgeoning, right?
Okay.
Or force damage. That's, yeah. 12 force damage to that. And I'm gonna stay. Oh. Do I want to move back up? Yeah, I'll move just back up in between. Okay.
Okay. All right. All right. It is Leah's turn. I am going to say that she will probably, looking in the typical mode to protect friends, she is going to crash through part of the open window there and go after the big one.
Oh yeah.
While keeping most of you still in her aura.
Just
Yeah.
a Kool-Aid man's throw.
Yeah.
Kool-Aid man Fearbulk.
Kool-Aid.
It's like a door that is big enough for like your average humanoid that's kind of falling apart.
So
She just sort of like crushes part of the door jamb and it falls inwards a little bit. She shoulder checks it. Okay. And because it's more convenient, I'm just gonna make a couple of swings using her sheet in D&D Beyond. That's a 24 and a 14 to hit. The 24 will definitely hit. All right. But there's no automatic damage. That's as much as...
Damn it.
Oh.
Thanks, I'm mad about that.
the big bird gift.
Yes.
Oh no. That's right. She strikes it, but good. And
Indeed.
she's keep most of you in her aura. And she's interposing at least as much as she can herself between the two stabbed folk and the large creature stabbing. Okay, Aiden. As you're standing over that prone figure, undead creature, you see that humanoid step around the corner and kind of like look to see what the commotion is. And then you see it raise its hand, point, and fire 3 green rays at you, and then Hegan, and probably the thing that can see that isn't necessarily being speared, and say Elias.
Like
A
that.
glowing human in the back.
Yeah, the glowing human in the back is like, yeah, that very much is a clear target. All right. Okay, so one that is against Aiden, that is against Hegan, and the last against Elias.
Damn.
That'll hit.
Oof. Yeah.
Okay, 20, 28, and 25. All right, so 32 points of necrotic damage against Aiden, 20 points of necrotic damage against Hegan, and 24 points of necrotic damage against Elias. And you cannot regain hit points until the end of its next turn.
Just whispered.
It's energy. Like as you get hit with this ray, it's enervating and it saps you of a little bit of your life force. And now it is the Bone Claw's turn.
Bone Claw.
Bone Claw. The one that has Velis and Purnell speared steps forward, driving its claws deeper into each of you. And I'm gonna say, okay, we'll just odds is Purnell, evens is Velis.
Also, it has disadvantage on Velis, so.
Okay. Odds is Purnell. All right, so I need Leah, Purnell, Velis, and Aiden to make DC 14 Constitution saving throws.
Okay, I rolled a 19.
Yay.
So dirty 20.
18.
Okay, that succeeds.
21.
Okay, you succeed. All right, Purnell.
18.
So you all succeed, so you take half damage. So you take 17 points of necrotic damage. And you can see the shadows making up this creature sort of rise up and cover it, and also kind of go down the arm that is holding on to Purnell, and it envelops her in shadow as both she and that creature disappear from view.
Oh,
Well done.
Oh,
Okay, bye.
I miss that
like a
coat that I borrowed from Darlton right now.
Purnell, you find yourself
Wow, there's a
in
loner.
a different space. You're not sure where you are. This creature still has you pinned. I'm going to just move you and it off to the side. It looks like you're in another building somewhere off, and you can hear the sounds of commotion and combat from a particular direction. So it feels like it teleported and pulled you with it, but you don't actually know exactly where you are just quite yet. It's disorienting. All right. Okay. Wuria sees you disappear.
Did the other
and
one do
she
anything?
is- Yes, it stands up and goes to attack you. Thank you for reminding me of that.
what?
It's gonna actually hit you with both of its claws,
Cool.
Oh,
No, it doesn't.
and that is
no,
a
it
9
doesn't.
and a 15.
Okay, I was about to say,
Yay.
I do still have some warning
it-
flares,
it-
but
That's in particular.
It rises up in front of you and kind of comes down with this double strike, and your great sword parries it. And it seems as if the deadly and undead precision that it was striking with before seems to have been lost, as it is getting more and more enraged at this thing that is not going down like it's supposed to.
Why
Okay,
so mad, bro?
She is.
Trolling. with
Let's
a
see now.
claw.
Yeah. Goodness. Let's go. I think actually, let's see. I'm not sure what she would do. Any suggestions? She might immediately be concerned about Purnell's disappearance. I would say that
I
those of
think
you.
she's probably gonna drop a heal on Aiden because he's
Yeah,
pretty
so
hurt.
Aiden's pretty.
Yeah, and that's going to be
hurt.
ineffective.
Yeah.
She wouldn't necessarily know that, but game mechanically speaking, I've already made it allowed, so she would know that. It's fine. Let's see.
Yeah,
But
so
she would know that. Well, Aiden and Hegan and Elias were all hit with this green crackling energy that, or sort of still infusing you. So maybe she'll,
Yeah.
hit.
So yeah, yeah.
Velis with a cure wounds.
Why?
Because you're hurt.
I'm not
You're hurt.
hurt as much as Aiden is.
Aiden can't be healed though.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, neither can
Yeah.
Hegan.
Right.
Yeah,
I forgot.
Aiden, Hegan,
I
and
forgot.
Elias can't be healed.
I forgot.
That is 17 points of
I
healing for
have ways
Velis.
of keeping
Yeah,
myself
okay.
alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, Aiden's.
You get to turn into
treats
May.
you
We haven't
like
seen
that.
that used in a while.
No.
And you know what? Hold on. I have a thought. Quick inspiration. As a bonus action, a creature other than you within 60 feet that can hear you gains an inspiration die. She starts shouting that no matter where you are, they'll find you and they will help you. And Purnell, you have a bonus action or a bardic inspiration
Aw.
Okay.
because you can hear her and you've pinpointed that. Go ahead and actually just make I'd say make an intelligence check real quick.
Okay.
Since it's actually your turn.
Straight is an 11.
Okay. You just kind of know that the shouting is coming from one particular direction. You can't quite see. You just see through a window and you just see more buildings. But it's your turn.
But you're close enough to hear us.
Yeah.
You're close enough to hear. So go ahead and make you made an intelligence check. You couldn't sort of triangulate the position, but make a wisdom perception check as you take stock of your actual surroundings now that you've landed. This creature still is immediately by you and is it is marked by you.
Go, immersion blender.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is 17 perception.
What was that?
17 perception.
So based on the glow and the shadows, you think you're somewhere in this vicinity, up above you map-wise.
Okay.
Based on you heard the sound coming from one particular direction, and in one corner the glow seems to be brighter from that way. So you think you're somewhere over here, maybe in one of these buildings that are on the upper part of this map. But this thing is standing facing you. What would you like to do on your turn?
I'm gonna try to keep it stuck with me for now, so it's not over there with them.
Sure.
So, yep, immersion blender, go. Yeah, that one misses, but... Oh, nat 20, let's go.
No, don't open the health docs.
So... this thing is fucking lit up after the second, or like, missed first one, second one's a nat 20, so it gets lit up.
Which means you have
Giving you
advantage.
advantage on your
Yep.
next strike.
Yep.
Nice.
Hits.
All right. So it doesn't have resistance to any of the types of damage that you do. So just pull out the calculator and add up all the numbers and let me know what the total is.
Okay.
Bum, 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 bum. Music would always be appropriate in situations like this, but it just doesn't work over headphones and remote, all of that.
I just keep my music turned down quieter than the
Yeah.
voice.
That's usually what I do.
Hmm I
Have
always have
playing
music
Unfortunately.
running in during
quiet.
D&D. I just adjust the
Yeah.
volume level.
For me, if it was like background noise in the room that I'm in, I can manage it, but I don't have the just auditory processing something. It's just too much stimulation, and
54
brain
total.
processing can't handle it. Jeez.
Fuck
Okay.
you. And mark it again.
Its undead skeletal face doesn't have a lot of expression, but for a brief moment, I'm not even going to make you need to roll an insight check. You think it may realize that it picked the wrong person.
No shit.
It's like,
No,
it's like, oh, we're alone.
I am not
Okay.
stuck with thee.
Okay.
Thou art stuck with me.
Yeah.
Alice.
All right. There's no way to get around this guy, is there? He's taking up the whole space.
I
You
mean,
could go through the building
like-
potentially.
acrobatic,
Yeah.
Mr. Like super.
Hey, sure. I'll acrobatics check it.
Sure.
28.
Well, yeah. That's
Okay.
like, reliable talent.
No.
So, I mean,
rolled an 18.
like I said, the walls and windows and doors of these buildings are all partially collapsed, and there's plenty of space to move and shift and maneuver. So you can definitely move around it and get around.
Okay, so I'm just trying to figure out
spirit
my.
immediately adjacent to you, however, is going to get an attack of opportunity against you.
Ah, shit! I should have. Oh well, it's fine.
They don't particularly hit for much or hard. So 16 against your AC.
Nope. So seeing that it tried to hit me while running, I'm gonna Zephyr Strike bonus action myself.
Sure.
And then, so I'm trying to figure out my movement.
Does Zephyr Strike change your over limited terrain or difficult terrain? Where are you
No,
trying to get to?
I'm trying to get to this guy. I want to stab
Um,
him in his face.
What's your
And
total
Zephyr Strike
movement
gives you
with
added
Zephyr Strike?
movement, right?
Yeah.
Though, right?
On the turn that I trigger it for an attack, it's 40.
Are you triggering it for an attack now?
I will when
I'd
I
say,
get
like-
to him.
Okay. So in which case you've plenty of time to, or with your additional movement from Zephyr Strike, you can
Cool.
reach him.
Yeah, I want to
Yeah.
reach him and I want to stab him.
Okay.
No, actually, no. Rescind that because I can't. I'm not going to be very effective by myself. I'm going to get on the other side
You
of
don't have
this
a
guy
sneak
instead
attack.
and stab him. Yeah.
Okay.
Gank.
Get flanky with Aiden and stab.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so you basically dive in through the building, roll around, pass through one of the spirits, jump out, and strike out with your blades as you're like leaping out of the building.
22.
Surprise! To hit?
Yes.
Oh yeah, that hits.
This is plus. I need that. Um. 5, 10, 13, 15, 18, 19, 21, plus 6 is 27 damage.
Okay.
Oh, plus my D. Wait. No.
You wait.
No. I was gonna say D8, but no, that's if I trigger Zephyr Strike. I gotta look at. I have to look at my. I have so many things. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna trigger my Zephyr Strike. I wouldn't have needed it to get just to this side of this guy. So I'm just gonna do my regular bonus. Oh, I can't bonus action because I cast Zephyr Strike. Never mind. Wait, I don't have the bonus action anymore. What is new rules? Okay, 2 15s for so 26 on the next hit.
AC 16.
So that's a 7 damage on the second hit. And then
Far
I'm
less,
gonna
impressive, but
see. So
stabby stab.
5, 10. Yeah, that would have been 30 feet to
You're
get
making
there.
them
So
count even against
stay there.
Okay.
That's what I got.
All right. Again.
Nope. I'm just gonna keep wailing on this guy because I don't like him.
Okay.
I'm just gonna do my 3 on him.
Sure.
19, which is a critical for him, and
Like,
22, and actually I have 2 19s.
Nice. Dude.
So
Yeah.
okay,
Do that fighter thing.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep. That's a lot of damage coming through.
That is what champions are good at.
Okay, I have to math. Hang on, I have to math. I hate mathing.
That's what you just make macros and roll 20 and just push the buttons. And if you have bad luck with dice rolling, then roll 20 just does all of the dice rolling for you. It's great. I should do it more often. I'm like
Right?
hitting with all my attacks. It's exciting.
Honestly, it wouldn't help because it's just like, wait, what triggers that thing and what triggers that thing?
Right? Okay, let's see here. $33.
Okay. Yeah, the attacks from Aiden, now Velis, and now Hegan on this thing have almost completely reduced its physical form. You can see that its arms are hanging limply, and the shadow that it used to be sort of like quickly moving and shifting and wrapping around it is more sort of dripping, and it's not as lively. Whatever this thing is seriously injured in whatever injury means for this creature. Anything else on your turn?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Aiden.
This thing is looking pretty low.
Yeah, very low.
Okay. Well, I'll take a swing.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, if I'm gonna swing on it, I'm gonna go ahead and curse it now. Just to get that in there. So swing. That's I think that's 18 total. Yeah.
Hit. That'll do it. Kind of damage you
So
putting
that
out.
is 10 plus 7, 10, 17, 22, 22 slashing and 5 necrotic.
Okay.
Dead.
All right. Yes, that was enough to finish it off.
Cool. Well, the
Fuck
way is clear.
Yay.
So yeah, so I'm basically just gonna the Velis does the run past and the stab, and I
Mhm.
basically just do the swing around, finish it off, and run through as I do. And I will move my curse over to this guy since that one died.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
now he gets the love.
Sure. You
Have
can see a
fun.
little bit of
Yeah.
its eyes go wide as it did not expect that creature to go down.
27 to
That
hit.
will hit this thing.
I will Eldritch Smite on this one.
Sure.
Okay. 7, 14, 19 slashing. Plus 5 necrotic. And 10, 17 force. And he's not prone.
Okay. You rush up to him and blast him with an Eldritch Smite and knock him on his ass. And he is just taken by surprise completely by this turn of events. And you can see, like, as you get close, that claw thing hand that he's got, the craftsmanship and the design of it is uncannily like those little skeletal spider things that the quartermaster had.
Huh.
It's similar enough that you might even think that they're one and the same. Elias.
Okay. Do I have any way of telling where Purnell ended up?
You could shout really loudly, and she might be able to shout in response.
Okay. I'll try that first.
Sure.
Just
Uh,
yell Purnell.
You can yell back,
Yeah,
Purnell.
yeah.
You can definitely hear him
Sorry.
off in the distance, but
Shall be there
we're going to need an
momentarily.
intelligence. Go ahead and make an intelligence check to sort of triangulate, like, and notice where that sound is coming from.
Me or
Yeah.
okay. Oh gosh, what? Oh no. It's 4.
Um.
Well,
There's a lot of buildings
Okay.
around. It just
Attic?
bounces a little bit.
Yeah.
She doesn't seem to be like. She's like literally saying, "Hold, please."
Yeah,
Murdering
I'll
right
be
now,
right there.
so-
Give me a second.
She was not whisked away to another plane.
Yeah, she's like I can hear her. Just
Hmm.
can't quite tell which building it's coming from.
Right.
Oh gosh. Okay. I'm just gonna have to trust she's gonna be okay. It's just like, all right. How far is
When
this?
has she not?
Yeah. um,
Can't even say in the
53.
Shadowfell because that was
I'm like,
you were the one in trouble there.
I seem to recall one very early fight where he had to carry her out too.
That was early on. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay. Um.
Flame skulls, they cheat.
Oh, yeah, I lost the things again.
Alright, those are bugbears.
Well, I don't like that guy. That
Weird, gaunt,
yeah.
caster looking thing with the magical claw arm that's glowing with all sorts of strange and necrotic spiritual energy,
Not
reminiscent of that artifact that pissed off your previous goddess.
Yeah, the one that the one that I used.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's look at what's
No way you'd have a problem with that, NPC.
Yeah. Okay. Gonna. I mean, I could really ruin his day.
Do it.
Do I want to use my single 6th level spell slot
Mm.
to just really make sure this guy doesn't have a good day?
It's tough.
All right, I'm gonna move up.
He's currently
guess-
prone on the ground.
Okay, so
At
ranged
Aiden's
is
feet.
gonna not
Ranged spell attack
ranged
will
spell attack
have
will
disadvantage.
disadvantage. Okay. Okay.
He gets up.
So it's here. Well, I do have an action surge. If we all right.
So,
10, 30. Okay.
okay, so yeah,
Yeah. I can.
yeah, that's a 2. Is it? You leave it space.
Oh. Oh, yeah.
It like grasps onto you, but you're just sort of like, fuck off, Ghost. As you
Bitch.
just kind of
Yeah.
walk past.
Oh, wait. Actually, yeah, that's not a spell attack. It's a saving throw.
Okay.
So
You're gonna cast a spell?
Hopefully we're gonna rest. Cause I'm getting real low on spell slots. At some point soon. Yeah, let's just try and completely ruin this guy's day, and I'm gonna cast harm on him.
Ooh.
Okay.
So he
Sarah.
needs to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 18. And I
Is
need
it-
so many.
Ranged?
Does that spell have range touch?
It's 60
Or is
feet is the range.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
He's definitely within range. Does harm happen to have visible
Oh.
verbal or somatic spell
It is
components?
verbal and somatic.
Okay. As a reaction, he is going to hold up that clawed glove of his, and as you cast that spell, you see the glove just glow and almost become overcharged with necrotic energy as he completely negates and absorbs your spell.
Oh fuck.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was a 6th level
Uh,
spell.
Mm.
I hate that.
And you can see like, there's actual energy that's like sparking out of it now. And
Alright.
and you can
All
see
right, hold on.
arcs of energy kind of tracing across the metallic hand as it's overcharged.
All right.
Eats necrotic for breakfast. Got it.
Okay. All right. If I do a ranged
Hmm?
Okay, I was trying to see. So I've. Mm, because that was my action. All right. I can't move my spiritual weapon close enough.
Spirits with it.
Huh?
You
Spirits with
check out
it.
some of the local
Yeah.
Little guy.
spirits.
Yeah, okay, bonus action, I'll have my spiritual weapon go for, well, that one's, can it do this one outside, or?
Yeah.
I'll,
It's
or is that-
adjacent, it's fine.
Okay.
Like
yeah.
there's enough doors, windows, and holes in the wall that you can pass through. It's just anything inside of the building is considered difficult terrain.
That's a natural 20.
It's just
fuck.
smacked and dead.
Okay, bye.
2d8.
How much damage total?
Well, it's
Technically,
2d8
that's
plus 5.
a weapon
so-
attack. So if you can do enough, you'll your spiritual weapon.
Oh
will
wait, that's actually
smash.
gonna be 48 plus 5 because upcast it, and it's a crit. So that's 10. 17 plus 5.
Yeah, that's enough to
is
take out 2 of them.
20. Yeah.
This like sort of firebird, like
Um,
just explodes in this gout of force energy, and 2 of them near it.
I'm gonna. I think. Can't get within touch range of him. And I don't really have any touch-based spells prepared. So I'm gonna. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and action surge. Where's my action surge? And I'm gonna attempt a 3rd level guiding bolt on. Is he still prone? Asshole on
You're
the.
still prone.
Okay. Gonna move up 1 first.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna. So that's disadvantage. But I'm gonna. Good shot. Oh, okay. I mean, 21, but one of them was a natural 20.
Aw.
But that's still a 21 to hit.
21 will hit, and so like it held up its arm and absorbed the energy from your harm spell, and then you immediately
Hey.
follow like a glowing bolt of energy that
you.
just smashes it in the face.
So that's
Yeah. How much damage?
66.
Jeez, you upcast that thing.
I
huh?
cast it at 3rd level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Ah, rolled out. Let me do some math real fast. That is 20 radiant damage, and the next attack on him has advantage.
Okay. hmm. I mean, she's got the spell slots to do it.
Yep.
Yeah,
she
I
can
also
misty
that
step.
I had
what I'm
that
thinking.
thought of
Like she
go.
can't
Yep.
move.
The
Let's
paladin is
go,
next in the
Leah.
order.
All right, she's gonna misty step and bam, 30 feet. So she's gonna like step out of the building and like just like kind of like she Kool-Aid Man's her way into the building and then Kool-Aid Man's
I mean,
her way
he's
out of the
prone,
building.
so she'd have
Yeah.
advantage anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no reason for her. Tactically, that is the most logical
Yeah.
thing for her to do. So she's going to do that, spending her 2nd level spell slot to do Misty Step, and then she is going to strike. And I'm going to put this attack in. How many attacks does she get as a
2.
2?
2 at this level.
Okay.
I think.
All right, so I'm just going to roll 20 so that it's visible to everyone rather than waiting for D&D Beyond to.
So yeah, the first attack will have advantage.
Attack is definitely hits. Almost a crit. Second attack. Both attacks definitely hit. Okay.
I mean, she'd still have advantage because he's prone.
That's true.
That's
Okay.
but
Off at the
that's,
crate.
Yeah.
Always roll with it.
with her weapon are a total of unfortunately not nearly as much. 17 damage. She probably throw a smite on there. This thing is not as gaunt and strange as it looking. It is humanoid. It is not an undead creature. So it's not going to get like a bunch of extra damage from a smite. Okay. Okay. The ghosts that are nearby the combat are all going to respond to the angry energy, moving around and.
No,
All
roll
right.
away.
Yeah. No, they prefer swarming. Let's see. But you moved around a direction that they weren't at a lot. So, Elias, Keegan, Velis, Leah.
Nope.
Aiden
Any of the ones near
18,
me?
Leah 12.
Which one was
There's
with me?
actually there are no ghosts immediately near you.
Sweet.
The 18 was
You were
me,
the
right?
third.
Okay, so I am gonna
4 necrotic damage from it, and your speed is reduced by 5 feet.
or I'm gonna defensive duelist and he's not gonna hit me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That
A
works
mixed
too.
attack.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. So AC 23.
Alright. Oh yeah, that totally works. All right, the bone claw, it has you where it wants you, and it's going to stab at you twice, not realizing that you have it where you want it. This is against Purnell.
Nope.
In the other room, and it's like and it's one-on-one dueling is not something that most creatures are going to be able to survive against you, and it seemingly is not going to survive its next turn. Okay. The guy on the ground, so he has a +9 to make this spell attack roll. He's not even actually standing up. He's just going to reach out. Does he grab onto the... I would actually say the person who knocked him down. He is going to make a melee spell attack against you, Aiden. Your
Okay.
AC. That hit? 18?
How nasty does this look?
I was like, can do.
You can see... You see...
How bad is this about?
This massive buildup of energy in this claw as he reaches out. He's not like punching you or striking you. He's just trying to touch you with this glowing, sparking energy claw. I would say your instinct is this is going to be nasty, whatever this is.
I'm gonna use my hex armor.
Okay.
Unless Elias wants to do something first.
Well, I'll say, is it? I'm trying to remember the 30
It is a melee spell attack.
Do I have to be within 30 feet of the thing attacking, or the person being attacked?
What does the ability say?
It just says when you or now a party member
You did out loud.
are attacked.
Yeah.
It says, when you're attacked by a creature that can be blinded within 30 feet that you can see, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack. Let me pull up the actual
considering it says when you are attacked by a creature within 30 feet.
Let me, because I can at this level I can use it on a party member.
Yes.
So I think as long as it's within 30 feet of Aiden.
So it has disadvantage.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, if I'm within range to use warding flare.
Okay.
It does say.
Roll again.
It says starting at 6th level, you can also use your warding flare feature when a creature that you can see within 30 feet of you attacks a creature other than you. Okay, so he has to be within 30.
Just out of range.
Yeah, he's okay. Never mind.
Hey.
Right.
Should have moved up a little more.
So
it's fine.
It is channeling spell energy and it's reaching out to touch you. You're saying you're using an ability called Hex Armor. What does that do?
I roll a d6, and if it's 4 or higher, it misses. I roll a 3.
Damn
Is that a
it.
weapon attack or a
Like,
what kind of attack?
Just when they make an attack that would hit me.
Okay.
it's going to hit though.
Oh, okay. So this is basically going to be a supercharged vampiric touch.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh, he's
Okay,
getting an
and
hit
so-
back.
uh,
I used to have this spell.
Yeah, it's gonna suck.
right. And since so he is going to deal 49 points of necrotic damage to you.
Cool.
And he is going to heal a bunch of that back.
Blech.
Yeah, you get.
Thanks,
forget
I
how much
hate
it-
that.
You get like half of it.
Um,
back
the
as hit
the
points or
the
something.
energy, like the glow of that from his hand begins to dissipate and whatnot as he's expended that spell energy that he absorbed. And let's see. And as it does so, it looks at this 7-foot tall, very angry, clearly spiritual person, and in front of you, and it, looks around, and it is going to, yeah, oh goodness, it's. Thought I gave it a thing, but I didn't give it a thing.
I mean, it
Yeah,
just attacked me anyway. I don't know how much more it can do.
Yeah. It doesn't have any more actions. I'm just trying to figure out, like, is it going to try and get away and trigger an attack from both of you to do so?
I mean, I used my reaction to try and make it miss. So
yeah, it doesn't necessarily know that, but it is not going to stand toe to toe against both of you. So that's going to be one attack of opportunity from Leah. Fucking Christ.
Let's fucking. Oh my
No.
god.
smite,
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 smite.
smite.
Okay, let's see what kind of spell slots she has
She
left.
should have up to 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I used her last 4th level spell slot when she did the last crit.
I see.
I don't know. Would she keep Aura of Purity, Ice Storm, Stone Skin, or she's got a bunch of other 3rd level spells. So this thing is dangerous. It almost completely drained Aiden of all of his energy. I think Leah would probably make the decision to just smite.
Yeah.
Okay, you can expend a spell slot
Bonk.
to deal
Well, yeah.
2d8 extra radiant damage plus
Kidding.
1d8.
Please
Okay,
say
so
bonk.
68 plus her weapon.
Leave dice.
So, okay.
Times 2.
Okay, so we're gonna go roll 2d10 plus 5. Plus, 12d8. Because it's 68 because it was a 4th level spell slot, and no, 5d8. Each level above first is another d8, so 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1.
Yeah, it's yeah.
Guardian
But then
Dead.
that's doubled to 10 dice.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rolling the dice, it's taking a while to calculate. Okay.
Thinking about it.
4 ones.
I am
in
going
there.
to be 100% transparent. The fact that she rolled that many ones means that it's going to survive, but I would say that she may actually, with this thing, it has a choice. It can either hold up its strongest defense to save itself and walk and flee with a few points of health. And so I'm going to say it does that. And she basically cleaves that metallic arm right off as it literally walks away with 2 hit points.
Holy shit.
Wow.
and just dives into that wave of spirits. Yeah, it had 53 left after it absorbed from Aiden, and then it just lost 51.
Oh my
He's having
God.
regrets.
Yeah.
He's like, oh no.
Oh.
Yeah, but he dives. They dive directly into all of those spirits, seemingly unperturbed by them. Okay. Now we're at Wuria, and she is probably going to, with the big threats, she is going to, I'd
Ow.
say, get up on a broom,
Yeah.
fly and what?
Ow.
Ow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Aiden's just got hurt, so she's gonna hop up on a broom and fly because she doesn't have a lot of speed, and heal. Thank you. I have a lot going on in my brain, so something as even unsettled as "ow" isn't always going to work its way through. We'll use one of her. That's an automatic thing. All right. Okay. Roll the dice. 15 points of health back for Aiden.
Cool.
Wounds. And she'll just in case for whatever reason you may need it, she'll give you a bardic inspiration as well.
Cool.
You've got this. I believe in you.
Please don't die.
Yeah.
Please don't die.
Please don't.
Okay. Purnell.
All right. Well, I have an idea for this. So,
Spins
Sure.
up.
since
Go
I don't want to get back over to
Beyblade.
people after this shit, for my action, I'm going to activate my wings of flying, and then I would like to action surge and attack this thing.
Okay, you can absolutely do that.
For the first 3 attacks, that is, I rolled ahead of time, 66 points of damage total. First 3 hit.
Okay. All against AC 16 hitting.
Mm-hmm.
That is sufficient to strike this thing down.
Okay, and
Yeah.
then I would like to use my movement to fucking fly.
It very much was stuck in the room with you. So you bust out through like an open hole in the roof of the ceiling, and you can immediately make out your position, which is just actually right up there.
Oh, okay.
So you can see as you rise up above the buildings that huge, just sort of swarm of spirits that are all around. Let's say the square, and then you can see that creature there, like stumbling, missing its metallic arm, with like a panicked look on its face as it's like diving headfirst into that cloud of spirits.
Okay. So what I would
and
like to
the-
do...
You have
I have
action
60 feet of
surge. So
move. Yep. So 60 feet of movement. So I would
that
like
that
to...
took 15 feet.
Okay, 15 feet. So good that I still have enough time to get... I want to get above this guy. And...
Track him.
No, just literally go
Okay.
above him or this crowd and then
Uh-huh.
just fall with the blade, the dark blade down for my bonus attack since I attacked.
Okay. All right. You took the attack action, so you can make a
Please.
bonus attack. You can move in between your attacks. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Basically, she wants to fucking fall on him like knees first into his shoulders and the blade down at him.
Sure.
Let me just
Make an
double check.
attack roll.
I have to roll concentration on curse.
Yeah, you took a lot of damage, so it's a 20-something concentration check.
Well, I don't have to roll that.
You don't?
It's
It's not
27 total.
concentration.
27 total damage?
No, 27 total to hit. And then...
Yeah, that'll totally hit this thing.
Yeah.
Can you do more than 2 points of damage?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Sure,
Okay,
modifier should
um,
be more than 2 at this point.
Right. Yeah, so you drive your blade into this thing as it's fleeing, but you're also dropping into like just this swarm of spirits.
Give me that HP back,
There
bitch.
you go.
Yeah, this is a humanoid
Take it.
creature that died while cursed, so you do get some HP back.
There you go.
It's like
You're
the third
welcome.
time you've ever used it, been able to use it. Okay, you
I mean,
Drag
it's
that
not
creature down.
the curse. The heal doesn't matter if it's human or not. The other feature is so situational.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It has to be a humanoid that
To
I
be
kill.
bring back, yeah.
Oh yeah, that
Bring
I
him
don't
back
think
and
you've
kill
ever
him again.
actually.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, you drive your blade into him, and you can hear the last gasp of this thing's breath. But like you're this sort of angry, vengeful angel smashing into this creature from above, and that actually triggers this huge wave of emotion throughout all of these spirits, and they all begin to kind of turn on you. At least those that are immediately in your vicinity. The so many of them are just like, I guess the other good visual metaphor is like in Toy Story, those aliens that are like the claw, like
Oh
they're
my God.
enraptured by whatever this glow is coming from. This it's not a visible object, at least not physically
Any more
here.
movement?
No, I think they're dropping down to the rest of my.
Okay, it is 8:15, and I might actually pause things here. It's late your time, and I've been I might need to take a physical break myself. So I think we might end tonight's session here as Purnell plunges into these spirits to take out this strange cultist with the mechanical. Pick up from this point next time. We schedule that after the holiday break, if that works for everybody.
Yeah.
Seemed like a climactic, also cliffhanger moment.
Yes, the
Is like,
drop
what's
bear
going to
track,
happen,
yeah.
Purnell? She's surprised. Surrounded by angry spirits.
Oh,
Just want
Good
to
night,
mark
Guy 12.
something
Welcome.
that I have.
thanks for the follow.
Inspiration.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gone
If you have
bot.
any notes, put those
Wouldn't let
down.
me. Won't
But
let me.
I'll be back
That's mean.
in a second. But I need to run. So
Why you
have
won't
not been
let
feeling
me?
particularly well. So be right back. Just a second.
No.
I know.
Why?
Look, I didn't get hurt the worst for 3 fights in a row.
Hey.
3 fights in a row. I don't want to hear shit from Elias
Something's
again.
gotta give.
Hey.
Well, it didn't help that we couldn't heal Aiden for like
Yeah.
a turn,
Yeah.
and then he took a big
Nope, I
hit.
wanted to do.
Well, I could have either just tanked it and lost my curse on him and had a whole round of action. That's the thing. It's like that thing is good against like taking big hits, but you're incapacitated, so you lose any concentration stuff. And you don't unfreeze until the end of your next turn.
Yeah, that's always the hard part.
Yeah. So like if you're surrounded and you need to tank a bunch of hits, it's worth doing, but
Yeah.
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 It's not really like to just like quick take a hit and then
Yeah.
jump out. So
Whew. Well, we made it. Thanks for joining
Yeah.
us, internet.
Yeah. I'm sad that Guiding Bolt did not get to be a crit, because that would have been 12d6.
That would have been amazing.
you
Oh,
probably would have
man.
been dead sooner. So
Yeah. That might have.
Oh, that was fun though.
All right. I don't know. We'll have to coordinate over the break.
we gotta
for
put January
when-
dates in.
Yeah.
Right. I'm definitely gonna be out.
I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass, asexual, polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch like singing. I'll be